We're back here in Prairie Grove. Scrappers taking on Pottsville in the second game of the day. John Wallace on the mound. He's got a 2-1 count to the hitter. He misses inside for ball 3. Hitter is Eli Morris, the center fielder. He comes in hitting .625 on the season. So definitely a big batter for John Wallace. And he misses outside and issues a walk. So that'll bring up Keaton Ashmore, the catcher. And Wallace misses low for ball 1. Ashmore comes in hitting .167 on the young season for the Pottsville Apaches. Ashmore shows bunt and pulls back, and that's strike 1. Scrappers won game 1 today against Dardanelle 6-4. Ashmore shows bunt and fouls it off the screen, and he's behind 1-2. John Wallace on the mound for the Scrappers. Gage Green behind the plate, Mason Honey at third, Madden Arnold at short, Banks Ray at second, Carson Kirby at first. Strike over the outside corner, and that'll be the first out of the inning. Left fielder Luke Boone, center fielder Zeus Hutchinson, and right fielder Hayden Gray. So that'll bring up Corey Greathouse, who is pitching today for Pottsville. Greathouse comes in batting .500. Wallace with the pitch. Breaking ball stays high. And he's behind 1-0. Green gets the sign from his coach. Wallace gets it from Green. He checks the runner at first, and he's back easily. Wallace comes set and delivers. Fastball misses just a bit low, and he's behind 2-0. So early going here in Prairie Grove. Scrappers taking on Pottsville, and Greathouse fouls that one back, and that'll bring the count to 1-2. Greathouse steps out, gets his sign from his third base coach. Steps out again. Umpire tells him to get back in there. Wallace is good to go. 2 balls, 1 strike. The Pottsville pitcher, runner goes, and the pitch is fouled off. So that'll even the count at 2-2. Runner was moving on that pitch. Wallace, the left-hander, with a good look at him. And that one's popped up over the right side. Kirby gives chase, but that one's going to get out of play. Two and two. Wallace comes set and spikes that one in the dirt. Bounces about 4 feet short of the plate over, and then bounds over Gage Green's head, and the runner will advance to second on the wild pitch. full count for Corey Greathouse. Wallace takes a look at the runner, comes set and fires. And that one's right there off the... It sounded like it was off his foot, but it wasn't. Umpire didn't hear it, didn't see it one way or the other, and John Wallace pounces off the mound and fires down to first to record the out. And the coach for Pottsville wants him to check with his field umpire. It sure did sound like it. Hit his leg, but the field umpire didn't see it either, so that'll record the out. And runner advances to third on the play, but 2 outs. Mason Vick, the shortstop, comes to the plate. He's hitting .200 on the season. He takes the first pitch down low for a ball, and the second pitch misses 2. And Wallace is behind 2-0. Here's the pitch. Just a bit outside, but still a ball. So 3 balls, no strikes to the Pottsville shortstop. He's got a runner on third, and that ball is in the dirt. Good job by Gage Green to keep the runner from scoring. As now Pottsville has runners at first and third with 2 outs, and they'll send their designated hitter, Brady Morrison, to the plate. Morrison comes in hitting .250 on the season. Ball's in the dirt, but runners are not able to advance. But Wallace is behind 1 ball, no strikes. He's walked 2 batters so far this inning, but can still get out of it. There's a ground ball to the shortstop, and Arnold will flip it to Ray for the fielder's choice, and Wallace gets out of it without giving up any runs. So we'll head to the bottom of the first. Come back and join us for more Scrapper Baseball on B99.5. Back here in Prairie Grove, Scrappers in the second game of the doubleheader they're playing in this round-robin tournament. They won the first game this morning against Dardanelle 6-4. Lost last night on a heartbreaker to Gravette 4-3, and they take on Pottsville here. Scrappers are the home team. They'll send Zeus Hutchinson to the plate to lead off, and they'll be looking to get some runners on and get something going. Greathouse House comes set. Zeus shows bunt, and that ball gets in there at the bottom of the strike zone for strike one. There's a ground ball third baseman, and he's playing in, and it gets right past him. Just hopped right over his glove, and so Zeus will reach on the error. That'll bring up number 5, second baseman Banks Ray. So Banks Ray comes in with Zeus on first. He shows bunt, pulls the bat back, and they throw behind the runner at first, and Zeus is back safely. So Banks is ahead 1-0. We're early on here in the second game of the day. Scrappers are the home team, batting in the bottom of the first. Banks pushes a great bunt down the right side, and the first baseman picks it up, and it is just barely foul. Great bunt by Banks, but it just rolled off the edge of the chalk foul. So that'll even the count at 1-1. Good job by the Pottsville catcher there to point out to his first baseman if he's going to pick that ball up, make sure he picks it up in foul ground. Keep himself in foul ground. So Banks shows bunt again. Pushes it towards first, and that one goes foul as well. Two good attempts at a bunt from Banks Ray, but both of them have just gone foul. So now he's behind 0-2. Pitch from Greathouse, and Banks fouls that one off to the right side. Greathouse checks the runner, comes set and delivers. Ball's in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, and Zeus is going to head off to second, and he'll round to second and get there. So the runner ends up at second anyway, even after Banks was unable to move him on the bunts. But now he's in scoring position. Here's the pitch. Ball is called a strike. That was on the bottom edge of the strike zone, and Banks Ray goes down looking. So that'll bring up Carson Kirby, first baseman for the Scrappers. He takes the first pitch low for ball one. Catcher calls time. Goes out to talk to his pitcher. With a runner on second, a lot of times you'll see that catcher and pitcher want to get together to make sure that their signs are on the same page. You want to make sure that that runner at second is not able to decipher your signs and give it to the hitter. And Kirby fouls that one down the right side. First baseman getting a workout on some foul balls today. So Scrappers looking to get a run early here in the bottom of the first. Hutchinson bouncing around out there at second. Kirby swings over the top of that one, and he's behind 1-2. Greathouse checks the runner. Comes set. Misses outside. Good eye by Kirby there. Good looking pitch, just a little bit outside. Greathouse kicks and fires, and that ball misses outside. That'll run the count full for the Scrapper first baseman. Carson Kirby looking to drive one and brings the speedy Zeus Hutchinson around to score. And he's going to draw a walk. So Kirby will head down to first. That'll bring up Carson Chambers, the designated hitter. So Chambers flied out 4 times in the first game of today, and he'll be looking to drive one in the gap here and bring in a run. And first pitch is in there for strike one. Here's the pitch from Greathouse, and misses outside. Evens the count at 1-1. Chambers digs in from the left side. Right-handed Greathouse looks his runner back. Hutchinson with the big lead. There's the pitch. Ball's outside. They throw behind the runner, and Hutchinson is back in there easily. So 2 balls, 1 strike to the junior scrapper Carson Chambers, designated hitter today. He waits on the pitch, and he takes a ball up and in for ball 3. So Chambers will be looking for something to hit here on a 3-1 count with runners at first and second. And the ball misses outside, and Chambers will head on down to first base. So that'll send the Pottsville head coach out to the mound to talk to his pitcher here early, and that'll send Gage Green to the mound for the Scrappers. So Pottsville has a meeting on the mound. The infielders all come in, and coach is talking to the pitcher as the bases are loaded here early with Scrapper slugger Gage Green looking to do some damage. Umpire breaks up the meeting, and everybody's back to their positions, and we're ready to go. Gage Green digs in, looking for a pitch to hit. And he flies it straight up. That's going to be in foul ground, and the third baseman records the out. So big out there for Pottsville as Gage Green pops it up on the infield. That'll bring up Mason Honey. So Mason Honey will be looking to see if he can drive in a run. Ball's outside, and Honey's ahead 1-0. Here's the pitch, and ball misses away, and Honey's ahead 2 balls, no strikes. Zeus Hutchinson at third, Carson Kirby at second, Carson Chambers at first, and Mason Honey at the plate. And that ball's way outside. So Mason Honey will be taking a pitch here. Time called by the Pottsville catcher. That is the 3rd timeout of this half inning that Pottsville's called. In pro ball, you can't call that many. So Honey digs in and waits on the pitch from Greathouse. Greathouse takes a breath, then kicks and fires, and fastball down the middle of the plate. Exactly what you'd expect on a 3-0 count. So now Honey will be saying, you got to give me another one. Here's the pitch. A little excuse me swing, tapped over to the first baseman, and he throws it to first, and he's unable to make the play. The first baseman dropped the ball, so Honey reaches on the error, and the Scrappers score a run. Bases are still loaded, and Luke Boone to the plate. Scrappers lead 1-0. Here's the pitch from Greathouse, and Boone takes a strike over the inside corner. Greathouse comes with the pitch. Ball's in the dirt. And Boone holds his runner up at third. So that'll even the count at 1-1. Here's the pitch. Boone swings over the top of that one, and it's 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded for the Scrappers. Luke Boone at the plate. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball stays high, evens the count at 2-2. Greathouse with the pitch. Boone drives it into deep center field. Center fielder's back, and that's all the way to the fence. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. Honey's heading towards third, and Boone rounds a big turn at second, and he's in there with a double. What a hit by Luke Boone, and the Scrappers lead 3-0. Big hit from Luke Boone there as he drove that ball deep into center field. And Carson Kirby and Carson Chambers both scored. Mason Honey's held up at third. And now batting will be Madden Arnold. He takes a strike right down the middle of the plate. So that pitch in there, 2 strikes. And Greathouse with a long look into his catcher. Comes to the plate. And that'll be a 2nd strike. I missed the call from the umpire there. Thought he'd called the last one a strike. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Madden Arnold. He's got runners at 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs. Scrappers lead 3-0. Swing and a miss and a pitch up in his eyes, and that'll end the inning. The Scrappers strand 2, but they score 3 runs on 1 hit. They'll be headed to the top of the 2nd. Come back and join us for more Scrapper Baseball on B99.5. Back here in Prairie Grove, the Scrappers will send John Wallace back out to the mound, and Pottsville will send Maddox Mergel, Brandon Shadden, and William Snow. There's 6, 7, 8 hitters in the lineup to the plate. And Wallace misses high with his first pitch, ball 1. Ball misses just a bit outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Wallace kicks in, fires, and he misses outside with that one as well. So he's quickly behind 3 balls, no strikes. Wallace deals, and he issues a 4-pitch walk. So that'll bring up Brandon Shadden, the 3rd baseman. And he takes the ball low. So Gage Green will call time and try and go out there and calm his pitcher down. He's thrown 5 balls in a row. He's reminding him that, you got 7 guys out there behind you. 1 in front of you will all play defense for you, so just throw strikes and see what happens. Shadden is hitting .211 on the season, so Wallace needs to come after him and get the out. He does just that and gets a strike. Swing and a miss. Shadden steps out, gets the sign from his 3rd base coach, and he's ready to go. Wallace delivers, and a swing and a miss over the top of that pitch. So Wallace is ahead in the count now, Runner on first, no outs here in the top of the second for Pottsville. Swing and a miss. So John Wallace, after issuing a 4-pitch walk, comes back and gets the strikeout. And William Snow will come to the plate. There's a pitch from Wallace, and that misses down and away, ball 1. That's a shot to third base. Honey is going to go to second for 1. Banks is over to first, and the throw is wide. Carson gets it and throws it down to second, and the runner is able to advance to second on the error. So the batter Snow reaches on the fielder's choice and then reaches second on the error. First pitch is fouled off to Ryder Middleton. So Middleton waits on the pitch, and that pitch misses just a bit low. Close pitch there from John Wallace. That one is swung at and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the number 9 hitter for the Apaches. Ball misses low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ball misses low. Gage blocks the ball in front, and the runner has to hold. So that'll bring the count to 3 balls, 2 strikes for the right fielder, Ryder Middleton. Wallace comes sit and fires. Fouled off the left side. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Fouled off again. So 2 outs here in the top of the second. Wallace trying to get out of this and get back in the dugout. Swing and a miss. John Wallace gets the strikeout. And he'll put his Scrapper defense back in the dugout, and they'll send the offense out there to see if they can get some more runs. So good job by John Wallace of getting composure and getting a strikeout there to end the inning. So we'll be back here in just a moment on B99.5 with more Scrapper Baseball. Hayden Gray reaches on a bunt. Great bunt down the third base line, and third baseman had nothing he could do with that. So Gray reaches. Zeus will come to the plate as the Scrappers continue to put runners on the base path. Pop up, and the catcher gets it right there and retires Hutchinson. So Gray stays at first. Hutchinson is out on the pop-up. And Banks Ray is at the plate. And he fouls that one over the screen for strike one. Here's Greathouse, checks the runner at first. And Gray's back in safely. Greathouse comes set. Here's the pitch. And Banks fouls one off the right side. No balls, 2 strikes. Runner on first. Scrappers lead 3-0 here in the bottom of the second against Pottsville. Here's the pitch. Curveball stays outside. They throw behind the runner, and he's back in there safely. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to the senior second baseman, Banks Ray. Here's the pitch. That ball's up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. They check the runner, and Gray's back in safely. I know Hayden's mom couldn't make it this weekend, but I can promise you got laundry to do when he gets home, because he is dirty. And Banks fouls that one off at the plate. So Greathouse gets a new baseball. They check on Hayden again, and he gets another couple inches of the uniform dirty. Banks Ray looking to send the speedy Hayden Gray around, and he swings over the top of that one. And he's out. They try to pick behind Hayden Gray at first, and they almost got him on that one. He didn't dive back in on that one. He went in standing up, and first baseman almost got him. So Carson Kirby will come to the plate with 2 outs and a runner on first. And Hayden Gray will steal second on the first pitch. Kirby's ahead 1 ball, no strikes, with Hayden Gray out there at second in scoring position. Here's the pitch. That ball misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Scrappers lead 3-0 here in the bottom of the second, after winning the first game today 6-4 over Dardanelle. Kirby takes another ball high, and he's ahead 3-0. Hayden Gray making the pitcher Corey Greathouse keep him in the back of his mind because he's bouncing and dancing all over the place out there at second. He checks him again, steps off the rubber. Now he comes set. Kirby digs in from the left side, and he takes a strike over the plate. So that'll bring the count to 3-1 for the Scrapper first baseman. Kirby calls time. Greathouse sits and fires. Breaking ball stays high, and that'll send Kirby down to first base, and that'll bring up Carson Chambers to the plate. So Chambers digs in from the left side, and he waits on the pitch. And he leaves that pitch high. One ball, no strike to the Scrapper designated hitter. Kirby leads off first, Gray at second, and Chambers takes that pitch in there for strike one. Greathouse with a long look in there. Misses way outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Carson Chambers waits on the pitch, and he fouls that one off to the third base side, and that'll even the count at 2-2. So with 2 runners on, Carson Chambers has 2 strikes on him, and he's looking to bring those runners around and extend this lead. Here's the pitch, and there's a shot down the right field line. That's going to get down fair, and that's going to the wall. Hayden Gray is going to come in to score. Carson Kirby goes to third, and Chambers is in with the double. Big hit by Carson Chambers there with 2 strikes, as he's able to bring in a run. So Gage Green will come to the plate now. He takes a ball high. Scrappers lead now 4-0. There's a shot into left field. That's going to bring in a run. Carson Chambers is going to come around third after the left fielder bobbles the ball. He misses his cutoff man, and Gage Green will take second on the throw, and the Scrappers now lead 6-0. Great at bat there by Gage Green, looking for a first pitch fastball. He gets it, drives it out there, and the Scrappers have put 3 more on the board. They now lead 6-0 here in the bottom of the second. Looks like we will have a new pitcher for Pottsville. We'll get some information on him and be back here in just a moment. You're listening to Scrapper Baseball on B99.5. New pitcher for Pottsville is Mason Vick, and he'll face Mason Honey. Honey comes to the plate with Peyton Fritz out there at second, and Honey swings over the top of the first pitch breaking ball for strike one. And that pitch is in there for strike two. So Honey quickly behind 0-2. Here's the pitch from Vick. Popped up to the left fielder. He's drifting back, and he snow cones the ball. Bobbles it in his glove, but he secures the catch for the third out of the inning. But the Scrappers get three more, and we'll head to the top of the third. Scrappers leading 6-0. Come back and join us on B99.5. Back here at the top of the third, Scrappers lead 6-0, and John Wallace back to the mound, and his first pitch is fouled off to center fielder Eli Morris. Morris reached on a walk his last at-bat. Advanced to third, but was unable to score. And that ball's up and in, ball two. Here's the pitch. Ball's in the dirt, and Wallace is quickly behind 3 balls, no strikes. Top of 3, Scrappers lead 6-0 over Pottsville. Ball misses low. Called it a strike, so 3 balls, 1 strike. And that one's in there for strike 2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes to Eli Morris. Came into the day hitting .625. And he lines one on one hop to Banks Ray, and it eats him up. Nothing that Banks could do there. He got in front of it and just took a bad hop, kicked right up underneath his neck, and that'll be a base hit for Morris. First hit of the day given up by John Wallace. That one's fouled off to the right side. Keaton Ashmore, the catcher, struck out looking his last at bat. And that one's popped up out of play. Right in here in the bleachers. Heard it hit the ground, didn't hit somebody, so that's always good. Wallace checks his runner, comes to the plate, shot down the third base line, foul. So Ashmore's behind 0-2 in the count. Wallace looking to get an out here. And that one's fouled off at the plate. Wallace gets a new baseball from the umpire. He checks his runner at first, comes set and delivers, and that one is tomahawked down the left field line, foul. So we're in the top of the third. Scrappers lead 6-0. Pottsville with a runner on first and nobody out. And that ball sails way high. Great job by Gage Green to come up out of his crouch and snag that one and keeps the runner on first. Wallace comes set and delivers. Swing and a miss. Wallace gets the strikeout. And second time he's gotten Ashmore on the strikeout. That'll bring up Corey Greathouse. Greathouse grounded out to the pitcher in his last at bat. And there's a shot to the second baseman. Banks Ray's going to flip it to short for one. They go to first and unable to record the double play, but they do get one out on the fielder's choice. That'll bring up Mason Vick to the plate. First pitch is in the inside corner. Misses for ball one. That pitch is fouled off. So that'll even the count at 1-1. Wallace comes set and delivers. Batter swings at it. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Mason Vick, the shortstop. He reached on a walk his first at bat, and he takes a pitch outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ball sails high, and that'll run the count full. Wallace gets his sign, comes set and delivers. Ball runs low, and that'll be base on ball issued by John Wallace. Looks like we're going to have a courtesy runner for the pitcher. That'll be number 26, Easton Wotek. Coach Zach Stewart calls time and wants to go out and talk to his infield. Coach Stewart telling his team after the last game, you know, they had a big lead early, and Dardanelle battled back there in the end, and he wanted to make sure that they weren't just going through the motions there at the end. So here with a big lead early, I'm sure that's going to be a point he reiterates. We've got 2 outs. We need to just get this out and get back in the dugout and get the bats going again. So quick conversation. And Coach Stewart back in the dugout. Gage Green headed back to the plate. John Wallace back up on the mound. So Madden Myrtle will come to the plate. He walked in. Excuse me, that's Brady Morrison. He reached on a fielder's choice his last bat, and he takes the first pitch in there for a ball. Here's the pitch. Ball misses down low, and Wallace is behind 2-0. Wallace has thrown 60 pitches here as we head into the late stages in the top of the third. Here's the pitch. Strike. Ball misses outside, and after the pitch I thought was a strike was called a ball, that'll be ball 4, and that might be it for John Wallace. Coach Zach Stewart out to the mound, and he's going to take the ball from John Wallace. So we'll have a new pitcher here for the Scrappers. We'll get some information on who that'll be and be back with you here in just a moment. Come back and join us for more Scrapper Baseball on B99.5. New pitcher for the Scrappers will be Peyton Fritz. He'll come in to relieve John Wallace, and no pressure, Peyton. You come in with the bases loaded. And Pottsville will send their first baseman, Maddox Myrtle, to the plate. He reached on a walk his last at-bat. So Scrappers looking for an out anywhere, and Fritz gets him swinging on a pitch into his eyes. So he's ahead. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball falls down low. Evens the count at 1-1. Fritz comes, and that one's fouled down the right side, out of play. So Fritz is ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes, looking to get out of this inning without giving up a run. Green gets his sign, gives it to his pitcher Fritz. He comes set and delivers. Ball misses down and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Scrappers looking for an out anywhere they can find it. And that'll be ball 3. So Pottsville will be running on the pitch. Fritz comes set and delivers. That one's pounded off the plate. Fritz will get it and throw it to first, and it gets away as Fritz threw it into the dirt. And the Scrappers have made some mental mistakes here as Hayden Gray throws it back in, and another error allows another run to score. Just a terrible situation there for the Scrappers as Pottsville scores 3 runs on a ball that was hit 10 feet. Just absolutely brutal. First pitch is in there for a strike. And that one's fouled off. So Fritz is ahead. No balls, 2 strikes. As I try and clean up my scorecard here, very rarely are you going to see 3 runs score on a ball hit 10 feet in front of the plate. But that's what happened. And it hits the batter. And so Pottsville keeps this inning going as they've got runners on first and second now. They'll bring up William Snow to the plate. And in all the things that you just keep on seeing, catcher's interference on Gage Green, so the bases are backloaded again. That'll go down as an error. So the Scrappers, after playing clean defense, have had 3 consecutive errors here with 2 outs. Ryder Middleton comes to the plate and grounds it into a force out at third, but Pottsville puts 3 on the board, but the Scrappers lead 6-3. Come back and join us for more Scrapper Baseball on B99.5. The Scrappers will send Luke Boone to the plate. He takes the first pitch outside. Boone doubled on his last at bat. And there's a tapper out past the pitcher, and he's unable to make a play, so Boone will reach on an infield hit. So he's halfway to the cycle. Got a single and a double. That'll bring up Madden Arnold. Arnold shows bunt. It's a great bunt down the third base line. And good job by Madden Arnold as he moves Luke Boone over to second. One out for the Scrappers. Good play by the Pottsville third baseman to come charging in on that and get the out. So Hayden Gray at the plate. He takes the ball over the inside part of the plate, and he's ahead 1-0. If you're listening on B99.5, softball will pick up about 12:45. If you want to keep listening or watching, come over to YouTube, and we'll keep having it there. On YouTube, we'll keep going as Gray takes the ball on the inside part of the plate for 2-0 count. But softball will pick up at 12:45, and will just be strictly YouTube only at that point. And Gray fouls that one down the left side. If you want to find us on YouTube, it's pretty simple. It's youtube.com/the @Scrapper Baseball. You can also check the Scrapper Baseball Facebook page. The link is live there. And Gray swings and misses at that pitch, and that brings the count even at 2-2. The sun is trying to break through this residual dust that's still in the air from the massive storms that rolled through here yesterday. Fortunately, we didn't have the damage that eastern Arkansas had. Mississippi and Alabama and Georgia are all in line to have some bad storms today. I'm not sure exactly what's going on now, but hopefully it doesn't go as predicted. That one's in the dirt, and that'll run the count to 3-2 for Hayden Gray. Boone out there at second, and Gray fouls that one straight back. Scrappers lead 6-3 here in the bottom of the third. They've got a runner on second, looking to add another one to their lead. And Gray swings over the top of that one for the second out of the inning. So that'll bring up the top of the lineup, Zeus Hutchinson to the plate. Hutchinson digs in from the right side, waits on the pitch. Runner's going, and it gets past the third baseman. Luke's going to come around to score on the hit and run. The ball kicks away from the left fielder. Zeus Hutchinson will head to second, and Coach Stewart's going to hold him up there. And Zeus Hutchinson comes through with a good, solid hit for the Scrappers. And they now lead 7-3. So Banks Ray will come to the plate. Banks swings and misses at the first pitch. He's behind 0-1. Pitcher steps off and checks the runner. Here he comes set. That ball misses low, gets away from the catcher. Zeus trips and falls, but he still is able to get over to third. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Banks Ray. Hutchinson moves up to third on the pass ball. Banks Ray looking to put a bat on the ball, and he gets a base hit to left field, and that's going to bring in Zeus Hutchinson, and Banks will end up on first and keep it rolling. That'll bring up Carson Kirby. So Kirby comes up with runners at first and second, 2 outs. He swings and misses at the first pitch. And that'll be strike 1. Pitcher steps off and resettles himself, comes to the plate. Kirby takes that down low for ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Scrappers lead 8-3. Here's a shot towards the shortstop. He fields it cleanly, fires over to first base, and that'll end the inning. But the Scrappers get 2 more runs, and they lead 8-3. Come back for the top of the 4th inning here on B99.5. It's Scrapper Baseball. Peyton Fritz back to the mound for the Scrappers. They lead 8-3 here against Pottsville in the top of the 4th. Pottsville will send their leadoff man, Eli Morris, to the plate. He's singled and walked, and he takes the first pitch for a ball. Next pitch misses low in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes. Ball misses inside, and Fritz is behind 3-0. Strike over the outside corner. And that pitch misses up and away. And that'll be the second walk issued to Eli Morris today. So that'll bring up Keaton Ashmore. He struck out twice. So Fritz gets his sign, comes to the plate. That one's popped out to center field. Zeus Hutchinson back deep, and he makes the play, and the runner will hold for the first out of the inning. Good route to the baseball there by Zeus Hutchinson. So that'll bring up Corey Greathouse to the plate. He's grounded out to pitcher and reached on a fielder's choice, and he takes the first pitch in there for a strike. And Fritz is ahead 0-1. Ball's way outside. Gage Green gets over there to block it. Keeps the runner at first. Fritz gets his sign, comes set and deliver. Runner goes, ball's down low. Green fires down to second, and he's in there safely.
There you go, Gage. That was good.
So Corey Greathouse now has a runner in scoring position. Fritz takes a look at him. And that one's popped straight up. That'll get out of play. So that'll even the count at 2-2. Again, if you're listening on B99.5, softball will pick up here at 12:45. So follow us over to YouTube, and you can keep watching the baseball game if you like. Ground ball to the shortstop. Madden Arnold gets it, throws off balance, and is unable to get the batter as he was hustling down the line. It was just a little dribbler, just barely got out of the infield grass, and so infield hit for Pottsville, their second hit of the day. So that'll bring up Mason Vick. Ball misses low. Fritz is behind 1 no strike. Ball's in the dirt, blocked by Gage Green. Runner at first is able to move up to second, but the runner at third has to hold. So Fritz is now behind 2-0. Here's the pitch. That one's fouled off at the plate. Here's the pitch. Strike over the outside corner. Good pitch there from Peyton Fritz. Fritz gets his sign. Looks at his runner at third, comes home, and that ball stays high. And that'll run the count full. Here's the pitch, and that one's fouled out of play. The sun is trying to impart some warmth on the field, but the dust cover is making it difficult. Just a bit inside, and that'll load the bases. Coach Stewart going to call time and go talk to his pitcher, and Pottsville's going to get a courtesy runner for their pitcher as well. So we'll have a new pitcher coming in. It looks like we'll get some information on that and let you know what we got. But yes, new pitcher. All right. So we'll be back in just a moment with more Scrapper Baseball. New pitcher for the Scrappers will be Carson Kirby, and Jaden Goodson will come in to play first base. Bases loaded, 1 out. Here in the top of the fourth, Scrappers lead 8-3. First pitch is right in there for a strike. Kirby's next pitch. Swing and a miss, and he's quickly ahead 0-2. Brady Morrison at the plate for Pottsville. He's reached on a fielder's choice. And curveball stays up high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kirby pitches from the third base side of the rubber. Comes set. That one's popped up back here. Scrappers lead 8-3 here in the top of the fourth, but Pottsville has the bases loaded at only 1 out. Carson Kirby on the mound. That ball's in the dirt. That'll even the count at 2-2. Kirby gets his side. Here's the pitch. Just a bit low. Ball 3. Full count. Carson Kirby looking for an out. And the ball's in the dirt and gets away from the catcher. Everybody's going to move up a base. So Pottsville puts a 4th run on the board. First pitch from Kirby misses outside, ball 1. Maddox Mergel at the plate. He grounds it to third, right in front of Honey. And he's unable to corral the baseball. Bounces off his glove. That'll be the 4th error of the day for the Scrappers. Another run scores for Pottsville. And the bases are still loaded. So now 8-5. That one's fouled off the right side. Still only 1 out. Brandon Shadden at the plate. Kirby comes set with his pitch. That one's flown out to right field. Hayden Gray's on it, and it drops in. He's going to try and get the force at second, and he gets it. But a run will score. So now 2 outs here for Pottsville. They've got runners at 1st and 3rd, and they trail 8-6. First pitch from Kirby misses. And that one's in there for a strike. One and 1 to William Snow. Strike over the plate there from Carson Kirby. And he's got 2 strikes on the number 8 hitter for Pottsville. There's the pitch. Strike over the plate. Got him looking, and that'll end the inning. Pottsville does score 3, but the Scrappers will head to the bottom of the 4th, leading 8-6. Come back for more Scrapper Baseball here in just a moment. Scrappers head to the bottom of the fourth, leading 8-6. Carson Chambers at the plate. He takes the first pitch outside for a ball. Two balls, no strikes to Carson Chambers. Strike over the outside corner. Chambers at the plate today. Grounds to the ball to shortstop, and he gets rid of it quickly, and the ball gets over the first baseman's head, and Chambers reaches on the error. That is the fourth error for Pottsville. That'll bring up Gage Green. So Green at the plate. He checks his swing. That ball was as close to a strike as you can be, and Gage checked his swing on it and held up. Swings and misses at that ball. So evens the count at 1-1. Carson Chambers over there at first. They check on the runner. He's back standing up. There's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Check swing, and umpire says that ball was low. Evens the count at 2-2. That one's fouled off to the left side. And that one's fouled out of play. Two balls, two strikes. Scrappers lead 8-6 here in the bottom of the fourth. They check the runner over at first, Chambers, and he's back safely. There are time limits on this game, and if I'm remembering correctly, it was 11:17, and so an hour and 45 minutes from that would be coming up here shortly. Popped up on the infield. Third baseman calls everybody off, and that'll be the first out of the inning. As the second pop-up to third base Gage has had today. Mason Honey comes to the plate. He reached on an error and flew out to left field. And he pops it up behind first base. First baseman give him run on it. And ball bounces in front of him, so just a strike. Mason Honey at the plate. Looking to get a hit, and he takes a ball up high. One ball, one strike to the Scrapper third baseman. Chambers draws a throw, and he's back safely. There's the pitch, fouled off. That's going to be in play. The first baseman is unable to get to it. Chambers was moving on the pitch. So one ball, two strikes to the Scrapper third baseman, Mason Honey. Here's the pitch. Ball is in the dirt, and good stop by the catcher there for Pottsville as he keeps Chambers from advancing. But the count does even at 2-2. Here's the pitch. Ball's in the dirt. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Carson Chambers at first. Mason Honey at the plate. Chambers is running. Ball's fouled at the plate. Here's the pitch. Ball's in the dirt. Gets away from the catcher, and Honey will trot down to first, and Chambers will head over to second. So Luke Boone will come to the plate. So we're going to have a pinch runner for Mason Honey. That'll be Sam Carter coming in the game. Luke Boone at the plate with runners on first and second. Scrappers lead 8-6 here in the bottom of the 4th. Boone is singled and doubled, and he takes the first pitch in there for a strike. There's a fly ball out to the center fielder. He charges it, and he makes the play for the second out of the inning. So Madden Arnold steps to the plate as the Scrappers looking to get some more insurance here. Ball sails high. Here's the pitch. Fouled off at the plate. Carter at first, Chambers at second. Arnold at the plate. Scrappers lead 8-6. Chambers keeping the pitcher active out there. Gets a throw back, but he's in safely. Here's the pitch. There's a line shot to the shortstop. He's going to throw it over to first, and they record the out. So with 40 seconds to spare, Pottsville gets out of the inning, and they will come up to bat in the top of the 5th. Scrappers lead 8-6. Come back and join us for more Scrapper Baseball here in just a moment. So the Scrappers will send Carson Kirby back out to the mound, try and get these 3 outs. Pottsville sends their number 9 hitter, Ryder Middleton, to the plate. He takes first pitch for a ball outside. Here's the pitch from Kirby. Ball way outside. He falls behind 2-0. Top of the 5th inning here. Scrappers lead 8-6. Kirby comes to the plate. Swing and a miss. Ryder has struck out swinging and reached on a fielder's choice. That ball sails high. So 3 balls, 1 strike to the number 9 hole hitter. And that one's fouled off at the plate. And that brings the count full. Kirby gets his side. Kicks in, delivers. Swing and a miss. Carson Kirby gets the first out of the inning. That's a big out for the Scrappers. And now the Pottsville Apaches will get to the top of the lineup. Eli Morris coming to the plate. Morris bats from the left side against the left-hand hitting Kirby, and that ball misses just a bit inside. Morris has walked twice and singled. He's been on base every time. He takes the curveball in there for strike 1. Strike. Good pitch from Carson Kirby as he's ahead 1-2. Lefty on lefty matchup, and Kirby goes in the dirt for ball 2. Here's the pitch from Kirby. And that's fouled down the left side. Scrappers lead 8-6. 1 out here in the top of the 5th. And there's a shot into left field. Boone drops it. Just dropped it out there in left field. So that'll put a base runner on the 5th error of the day for the Scrappers. So Morris has been on base every time he's come up to the plate. So that'll bring up Keaton Ashmore, who struck out twice and flied out to center. Ball misses just a bit outside. Here's the pitch. There's a shot into left field, base hit. Boone gets it and brings it in, but that'll put runners at first and second for Pottsville. That'll bring up Corey Greathouse. Greathouse gets his signs from his coach. Green goes out to talk to his pitcher. Scrapper's looking for an out right now. any way they can get it. Greathouse digs in from the right side. Kirby pitches from the third base side of the rubber. Scrapper left-hander checks his runners. Comes set and delivers. Swing and a miss. Good pitch by Carson Kirby. And coach for Pottsville wants to talk to his batter. Everybody's back ready to go. Kirby's ahead in the count 0-1. Runners on first and second for Pottsville. Scrappers clinging to a 2-run lead. Swing and a miss. Great pitch from Carson Kirby. Greathouse waits on the pitch from Kirby. He checks his runner. Sets and delivers. Ball's in the dirt. Ball gets away from Gage and runners move up. So the runners will advance to second and third on the passed ball. Gage Green in the unenviable position of not knowing where the baseball was. Took everything I had not to holler at it to him that it was right here in front of me. Ball misses outside, runs the count to 2-2. Scrapper's looking for an out. There's a shot right back up the middle, and that's more than likely going to tie the game. And that will do it. That'll tie the ball game. So Pottsville has battled all the way back from being down 6-0 and has tied it at 8. Coach Zach Stewart will head to the mound. Talk to his pitcher and his infield, and looks like we're going to have a new pitcher. So we'll get some information on that, and we'll be back here in just a moment. New pitcher for the Scrappers is Jaden Goodson. He comes over from first, and Carson Kirby goes back to first. Whole new ball game, tied at 8 here in the top of the 5th. Pottsville with a runner on first, and Goodson's first pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. Mason Vick has reached base all 3 times he's come to the plate today. He takes a strike over the outside corner. Scrappers are the home team, so they will get a chance to bat in the bottom half of the 5th, but time has expired, so Goodson comes set and delivers. Ball misses low. 2 balls, 1 strike. That ball sails high on Goodson, and he's behind 3-1. And the Scrappers are just trying to get an out. Here's the pitch from Goodson. Swing and a miss. And that brings the count full. Goodson checks his runner. Comes to the plate. Swing and a miss. Second out of the inning. Big out there for Jaden Goodson. That'll bring up Brady Morrison. He's reached all 3 times he's come to the plate today. There's a fly ball to center field. Hutchinson gets underneath it, and he'll record the out. And we will head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Scrappers looking to get a run and walk it off themselves after getting walked off last night. Good job by Jaden Goodson to clean it up there. We'll be back for more Scrapper Baseball here in just a moment on B99.5. Scrappers will send Hayden Gray to the plate here in the bottom of the 5th. They need 1 run to win it. Gray rips one into left field, and he does his job and gets on base. Good base hit there from Hayden Gray. And he'll be on first for Zeus Hutchinson. So Zeus will come to the plate. He shows bunt, and he pops it up. Hutchinson's behind 0-1. He shows bunt, drops it down, and fouls it off. So now he's behind 0-2. That ball's fouled off out of play. So Hutchinson looking to stay in there long enough to somehow get Hayden over to second, whether it be a wild pitch, a passed ball, base hit, hit by pitch. Any way he can get that runner into scoring position, that's what his job is. And there's a shot into left field. It's going to drop down for a base hit. And just like that, the Scrappers have something going. So that'll bring in Banks Ray. He's got a runner in scoring position, nobody out. So Banks Ray, the hero against Ashdown, late in that game, the bases loaded double. Comes in looking to, ball's low. And he takes ball one. Banks Ray in there, looking to move those runners up. He shows bunt, and he bunts it down the first base line, foul. Banks singled in his last at bat. Eight to 8 here in the bottom of the fifth. Banks fouls that one off foul. So now he's behind 0-2, or 1-2. Bottom of the fifth, all tied up at 8. Runners on first and second for the Scrappers. Banks Ray takes a ball high, runs the count to 2-2. Great speed out there on the bases for the Scrappers. The only run that matters is the one at second base. And that one's popped up, out of play. Senior Banks Ray digs in from the right side, waits on the pitch. There's a shot into left field. Hayden Gray's going to come around third. Left fielder bobbles the ball. Gray's going to come to the plate, and the Scrappers are going to walk it off. That'll be the ball game. 9-8. Scrappers win. Base hit by Banks Ray, and the Scrappers come out victorious in both the games of the doubleheader and go 2-1 on the weekend. Great weekend trip for the Scrappers. They'll head back to Nashville with a record of 6-2. They head to Ashdown on Monday for a return trip. Good set of ball games here the Scrappers played. Lots of good moments there for all kinds of different players. But the main thing is the Scrappers get 2 wins on the weekend, and hopefully we can clean up some of these errors. We'll be there for you on Monday at Ashdown. First pitch scheduled for 5 o'clock. Thanks for joining us here on B99.5. I'm